This is the $26.1 trillion opportunity presentation. We're going to show you how to take advantage of the greatest wealth transfer of the last 20 years that's happening right now. My name is Matt Clark. I'm the CEO of Amazing.com Inc. So, with everything going on in the world, I don't know about you, but we've years ago shifted to being fully remote, fully working from home. But a lot of people, it's kind of their first time doing this. And I'm sort of curious, how do you feel about working from home? Just go ahead and pop in the Q&A box here on GoToWebinar. How do you feel about working from home? I would love to know, just to hear what you think. Are you able to work from home? Do you wish you could work from home? What do you think about it? I just want to hear kind of what's on your mind, especially being a Friday afternoon. Really curious to hear what you think. We launched a poll, and unless you joined, if you joined in the past like 10 minutes or so, you probably didn't see the poll, but it's all good. So we launched a poll at the beginning while we were sitting here waiting, and we asked people, what's your current source of income? About 19% of people said they work for a large corporation. About 26% of people said I work for a small or medium-sized business. So about, call it 50% or so, work for some sort of company. 6% said I own a brick and mortar or service-based business. 15% said they're a stay-at-home parent, and then 35% said other. And I know we've got people that are in the military, people that are medical professionals, so a lot of different kind of jobs here. So I would love to hear, what your situation is, especially when it comes to working from home. Let's see here. I'm pulling up my Q&A box. This is a funny one. So Moz says, work from home is great if it's not sunny. Totally get that. So Jessica says, love it. Chelsea says, it would be a dream come true. Marlise says, I would love to continue to work from home. Farzana says, loving it, it's great. Yolanda says, I love working from home. Shelly says, I love working from home. Rex says, it's great. Stuart says, I'm retired. Maz says, love working from home. Cool. So Nicholas says, it would be great. This person says, love it, love it, love it, love it. A lot of different responses here. Most people tend to absolutely love it. Karen says, love working from home, so productive and focused. I totally agree. At one point we used to be kind of in a hybrid situation. Then we went to fully remote, and I found even the people who said they'd want to come into the office all the time ended up loving working from home. You save the commute time. You can kind of do things a little more at your own schedule. You can eat when you want, all that kind of stuff. And you don't feel like you're chained to a desk all day. You can kind of be a lot more flexible. So that's what we found too. But as of today, we're not going to be turning on our webcam, which is probably for a good reason, because I finished working out a couple hours ago, so you probably don't want to be seeing me on camera anyways. So I don't know if you all can relate to this at all. Somebody sent this to me, and I thought it was just absolutely hilarious, because can totally get it, because sometimes I'll be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to turn my camera on for this. So that means I have to go do my hair, and I've got to put on a decent shirt. I can't just be wearing a tank top or a hoodie. So I'm sure everyone now is using Zoom. They're doing these kind of calls, and they can totally relate to this. But big question is, whether you're working from home or not, whether you're, have been employed this whole time, or maybe you got laid off or furloughed. I think we said we were looking at the Q&A box, and somebody's a pilot and they got furloughed. Sorry to hear that. So big question for all of us is, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next in the world with everything going on? If you look at some of the stats, so January 1st to March 23rd, stock market got decimated, down 31%. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's selling everything. Everyone's worried about their retirement, their dividends, all that sort of stuff, their 401k. Then the stock market turns around. From March 24th to June 9th, stock market was up 31%. People are like, oh yeah, this is great. Everything's over. It's going to be fantastic. And then if you've been watching past few days, stock market got killed again. It was up like crazy on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, it was absolutely getting killed. Today, it was a little bit choppy. On the one hand, people are saying, and coronavirus infections are climbing. I believe in Texas and Arizona, they're starting to pick up again. And then Europe emerges from a lockdown on the other hand. Europe is getting, out of lockdown. New York City is 400,000 people are going back to work. On the one hand, 1.5 million people filed for unemployment claims in the US last week. The week before then, it said the US economy was predicted to lose another 8.5 million jobs, and we gained 2.5 million jobs, which is part of the reason why the stock market started booming. Tricky thing with all this stuff is the crystal ball is kind of broken at this point. We have no idea what's going to happen, but there are a few things that we do know for sure. There's been and will continue to be a massive increase in online shopping. This has been a trend that's been happening for 20 years, and it just dramatically accelerated because of coronavirus, and it's not going to go away at this point. It's just way more convenient. It's a way more efficient way to shop and buy stuff. I don't know about you, but every time I go to a store, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be able to get the thing I want. It's going to be quick. It's going to be easy. And then I immediately dread the experience. I can't find what I want, the size or the color or whatever isn't in stock, and I end up wanting to just go buy it online anyways. There's guaranteed to be some level of social distancing, whether it's just a psychological thing or people are concerned or people are required to do it. Some of that stuff is going to continue for a while. There's going to be a permanent shift in working from home. Almost every single person here on the webinar that was responding in the Q&A box loves the idea of working from home. Whether you're already doing it or whether you wish you could do it, that's going to be something that's here to stay. Massive companies like Facebook and big investment banks are now, they were basically forced to do an experiment of what's going to happen to our company if people can't come into the office. They were always afraid to take that risk, which is why they built billion-dollar offices like Apple and Facebook. But now they were forced and they were like, wait a minute, our business didn't really take a hit. This is pretty good. So now we don't need these fancy offices. We don't only need employees in New York City and San Francisco and London and that kind of thing. And so now we can have employees all around the world living wherever they want as long as they have an internet connection. This piece is here to stay, and it's going to change a lot of the world. So if you focus on what you can control, you will do much better. There's a lot of this stuff we can't control, but there are some things we can control, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this live training. What I consider what's happening right now is the greatest wealth transfer of the last 20 years, really since the dot-com boom, because the old world of brick and mortar businesses, shopping locally, working in an office, the freedom to travel anywhere and everywhere you want at any time, the idea of renting everything and owning nothing. This is how some of the biggest tech companies exploded overnight, because I don't need a house, I'm just going to use Airbnb. I don't need a car, I'm just going to use Uber, and a lot of other things like that were very popular until all this sort of hit, and it's changing a lot of people's psychology. And this affects everything from brand owners to employees to investors in all those businesses. Now they're shifting their money around to real estate companies in those markets. Imagine overnight, if all of a sudden hundreds of millions of people start working from home, what's going to happen to all those big real estate companies that own massive office buildings and all that? All that stuff's going to be changing overnight. What's going to happen to companies like WeWork? They were already in a shaky position before all this started, but I don't really know if it's just going to be better for them or worse for them. Nobody knows, but there's a lot of shifts happening. Online marketplaces are changing. Big and small businesses are being affected. The new world is about buying online, getting stuff delivered, not having to go to stores and shops and go hunt around with everybody, working at home, travel restrictions. I can't necessarily go anywhere and everywhere that I want. I've got to do a lot more stuff at my house or in my local town. Not necessarily sharing everything, owning stuff instead again to be clean. This applies once again to entire areas of the economy, brand owners, employees in all these businesses, investors, real estate owners, online marketplaces, big and small businesses. Massive transfers of areas of the economy, wealth, employment, investment, money, purchasing behaviors, shifting from this old world to this new world, literally underneath our feet right now. So why are we here today? To gain control over your future, to help you achieve financial security no matter what happens in the world, to get a clear path to dependable income and wealth, to gain confidence in that path, and to achieve financial independence forever, no matter what happens. That's what's possible if you do what we talk about in this live training. So how are we going to get there? The first thing we're going to talk about is how to build a predictably profitable business without selling. A lot of us don't like the idea of selling. I don't particularly like the idea of selling. That's why I was probably too scared to build a business when I was a little kid, is because I didn't want to have to go beat door to door and sell stuff. Every time they gave me one of those little cards when I was on the football team, I would never sell anything with one of those cards. And so I would just get yelled at, and that's what it is. So a lot of us don't want to sell stuff, but the good thing is you don't have to. Second, finding imbalances in supply versus demand fast. Third, we're going to talk about creating your own brand. Fourth, we're going to show you how to start producing sales fast, even if your product is new and you've never done anything in business before. Fifth, we're going to talk about scaling your business to achieve any financial goal. And lastly, we're going to lay out a specific step-by-step roadmap through the end of 2020 to help get you there. So a few important housekeeping notes. We're going to spend about an hour and a half in content training, deep diving into a lot of stuff. There's going to be a live Q&A at the end, so you can feel free to ask your questions. We have a special live guest interview of somebody who's been through this exact same process and has built an amazing business because of it. She's going to be joining us live before Q&A. we have 2 live attendee bonuses. The first one is your entry into the $20,000 grand prize we're going to be announcing last week. The second live attendee bonus is we're going to give you a list of the top 1,000 opportunities today for this model to save you a ton of time. We're going to give that to you during Q&A. And yes, there is going to be a replay. We're emailing that out on Monday, but there's these 2 bonuses plus one other surprise reason you want to make sure you stay all the way through Q&A, because that's not going to be in the replay. So we are going to send out a replay, so don't feel like you have to take all the notes and write down every slide or any of that kind of stuff. We are going to email you a replay on Monday, but make sure you stay all the way through the Q&A, because there is going to be some stuff you miss out on if you wait for the replay and don't attend all the way live. And yes, we are more than happy to take your questions. We've got a team of people. We've got 2 people that I'm going to be introducing you to, or one of them I'm going to be introducing you to shortly. We've also got Rich Henderson, who's been involved in our community and helping us grow the business and support the community. Has helped thousands of people build businesses with this exact model. He's behind the scenes right now, ready to answer your questions. He's also going to be flagging some of them so that we can answer them live for everybody at the end of the presentation. So how do I know I can help you? We've never met, but how do I know that I can help you? Well, I mean, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Amazing.com Inc. And I actually left my corporate job at an investment bank right at the worst part in the stock market back in the financial crisis in early 2009. I left that job, I quit, I didn't get fired, fortunately, but I left that job and I went and I was like, I'm tired of working for somebody else. This is not a good time to go start a business, but I was fed up and I decided to leave. So I actually went and started an e-commerce business in 2009. I learned like heck. I worked really hard. I learned from some great people, busted my butt, and was able to ramp up that business pretty quickly to about $2 million a year in the first 2 years of operations. That all sounds good, but there was a massive problem. The problem was there was no profits. I literally had $100,000 on my American Express card at 24 years old that I had no idea how I was going to pay off. I was like, there's no profit coming in this business, even though sales look good. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I dug in and I was like, I figured out how to produce sales and do some marketing and all that's good, but how do I actually make money in this thing? So I dug in, I went through books and seminars, a ton of trial and error, spent hours and hours and hours. I was probably working 18 hours a day at that point. And I finally figured out the secrets of generating cash flow in a business. Then I started sharing those lessons back in 2012 and have been fortunate enough to reach millions of people since then, impact a ton of lives like some of the people you'll be hearing from on today's live training. I've also been able to meet a lot of pretty incredible people. That middle photo over there, which is kind of blurred out, is me and Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. He spoke at one of our events before. Also Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. We've done a lot of work for him, And then I've also been recently doing some work with Shark Tank's Damon John. So a lot of cool people have been able to meet because they're on the same mission as us. And it's not because I'm so great, it's because I built an organization that helps a lot of people every single year. And these people, these celebrities, are on the same exact mission. And that's why we've been able to do some cool stuff together. And today, I'm here to help you avoid my same mistakes. That's why we're here today. I've made every mistake I don't want you to make. And that's why we created this presentation and why we're here today. But it's not just me. I also have co-host is Mike McClary. So he had a successful corporate career and he actually built his own e-commerce business with us, starting right where you are today, watching a live training like this. He was able to quit his corporate job 1 year later after starting his e-commerce business. Since then, he's sold millions of dollars on Amazon. He's helped tens of thousands of people start and grow their own businesses. And he is one of the very best in the world that I know at Amazon marketing. When I have an Amazon marketing related question, I immediately go either text Mike or I Slack Mike and I reach out to him and he'll inevitably have the answer. He's so good that he's now the chief product officer at Amazing, helping us create great products, help a lot of people change their lives with what we're going to be talking about today on the live training. So he's going to be behind the scenes answering questions while I'm doing the main presentation. And then both of us are going to do the live Q&A at the end. So before I get into the meat of the presentation, I wanted to quickly bring on Mike so he can sort of tell you a little bit about himself and give you his story so you'll know who it is behind the scenes that's answering all the questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. And thanks to everyone who's joining us this Friday afternoon where I'm at here near St. Louis, Missouri. Like Matt said, I'm going to be in the background answering as many questions as I possibly can. So as you get them, feel free to type them into the questions box. We'll try to answer as many live while we can right back to you, straight typing back to you. and then some of them we'll be saving for the very end and answering those as well. But in addition to me, doing the Q&A, in addition to me also coming back on and doing some training, I'm also on here because I was exactly where a lot of you are right now. Back in 2013, I had this high pressure corporate job that was filled with long hours, long commutes across St. Louis during rush hour and back home. I felt like I was missing out on my kids growing up and just missing out on so many things in life. And luckily for me, I came across some training from someone, the same person that's with us today, Matt Clark, and it's very similar to the training you're going to be seeing today, but today's is actually more up to date. But when I came across that, it opened my eyes to an entire new world of possibilities where I could truly control my own future and not be reliant upon some other type of company and what they were wanting me to do and me helping to grow their business. Instead, I could control my own destiny and business as well. So I started building my own business in March of that year. I launched my very first product at the end of May of that year. And then within 1 year, I was making enough money for my new business that I was able to quit that corporate job and never look back. Since then, it's been a blast. It's been like a total roller coaster ride for me where I've been able to launch multiple brands and multiple products, sold millions of dollars worth of my own products, have been able to travel the world teaching and helping sellers from all over the place. As a matter of fact, our special guest, who we'll be bringing on later on, got a chance to hang out with her and her husband in Hawaii last year, talking about business and really hearing all about their story. Just one of the benefits that I've been able to have from doing this business and being able to see the success that I have. And then I've also been able to have the honor to work with so many other people just like you, teaching you what I know, sharing everything that we know does work and doesn't work. And that's what we'll be doing today as well. So I'm excited and honored to be here. And I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity and your attention today to really learn something that can change your life. So I'm going to go on mute and go back to answering questions. And I will be here as well, giving away some prizes. So be sure to take notes, pay attention, and Matt will bring me on several times to ask you a few simple questions about the training to have a chance to win $100. All right, Matt, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. So the first thing we want to talk about is how to build a business you own with predictable profits without selling. So I want you to think about something. How hard would it be to sell a bottle of water to someone dying of thirst in the desert? Not very hard. There's somebody that has a need, they're looking for something, you're just showing up with what they're looking for. Well, in business, you can find areas where there's more demand than there is supply. You don't even have to sell, you just have to show up and be there and you can start making money. Where most people fail in business is hoping for customers to show up. They come up with what they think is a bright idea and they hope that it's going to sell. It's way easier to go where you know customers already are. That's the best way. So today, this is now possible. You can find opportunities where there's a lot of people looking to buy something and there's almost zero competition. There's a place you can go to find out exactly what people are already searching for. They rank all the products on their site to let you know what's selling the best and the worst. For example, right here, you can see it says bestsellers rank, and then it says number 1,401 in beauty and personal care. This means it's about the 1,400th best-selling product in this category. So this tells you, and if you once you learn a little bit about this, that's a product that's selling very well because the site is so massive that sells hundreds of billions of dollars a year. So if you're the number one, I mean, you're making probably tens of millions of dollars a year from that single product. If you're number 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, you can still own $1 million product in that category. So if you were to go out there and look and say, okay, I see this product is number 1,400, that's still very good. What product is it? So in this case, it's a little sort of face shaver, electric face shaver, and you'd be like, okay, cool. So now I know a lot of people are looking to buy this kind of product. Maybe I can go get my own product that's similar. That's what we're going to be talking about in this presentation, is going where you already know people are buying and then showing up with what they're looking for. So each month, more than 197 million people around the world get on their devices and visit Amazon.com. That's more than the entire population of Russia. About 200 million people searching every single month to buy stuff on Amazon. All you have to do is show up, be there, and start making money. So for example, say I was a customer and I was looking for a taco holder. My wife literally just made some of these for us, and I literally just used this product that I have in the red box. And so maybe I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have some people over. I want the presentation to be nice. I don't want the tacos falling all over the place. So I need some taco holders. And I've heard that for health reasons, stainless steel is better than plastic. And so I'm like, okay, stainless steel sounds good. And then I start typing that into Amazon, taco holders, maybe stainless steel. And then it tells me there's products that have a set of 4. So I'm like, okay, cool, that sounds good. I'm gonna have about 4 people come over. So I'm gonna click the one that says set of 4. So I click set of 4. Now for you, being on the other side of this now, somebody who wants to make money from this happening, if you can get your product to show up when people search for stuff like that, you can make money. If this one in the red box was your product, you can make money when somebody searched from that. That's what this whole game is about, and that's what we're going to be showing you how to do on this training. The coolest thing is you can even lock in your profit before you even start, because first, you know what you can sell it for. If you look on Amazon and find products that are selling well, the price is right there because you can shop on there. You got to know what you're paying. And so you can already tell what the products are selling for. So you know the price. Second, you know what you can buy it for, because I'm going to show you how you can get the estimated cost of just about any product in about 5 seconds. I'm going to show you that coming up in step 2 of the 5-step process. Third, you know your exact cost. Amazon actually has a publicly available calculator that'll tell you down to the penny how much it's going to cost for you to sell a certain product on Amazon and how much they'll pay you in profit for every single sale. And you can even input the cost of the product itself, not just Amazon's fees, but also the cost from the supplier. So you know your exact cost, which means with number 1, number 2, and number 3, you now know your exact profit before you even get started. For example, when I ran these little calculations for the existing products for taco holders, the first one produces $115,000 a year in profit, the second one $150,000 a year in profit, and the third one $127,000 a year in profit. Each one of these could produce somebody a 6-figure income per year with a single product. That's what's possible with this business and with what you're learning today. So here's George. He was able to go out there and build his own business following this exact same model, has never done this kind of business before, just did the steps exactly like we're showing you in this presentation, and has built a life-changing business. We also have a special guest who's going to be joining us today at the very end. She was actually a former hairstylist, just announced on Facebook that she was effectively retiring from that profession because she's built a $500,000 a month business in her 20s following this exact same process. And she's going to be joining us live so you can hear her entire story and how she's done it. Step number 1 of the 5-step process, create a list of product opportunities. Now, why does this matter so much? Your product in this business is your cash machine. You want to make sure you go where lots of customers already are, and you want a product with little competition. Your goal is to start making money as soon as your product's available. That's why finding the right product opportunity matters so much. So here's how to do it. First step, just write down your personal interests, hobbies, your career, your passions. Are you interested in cooking and car stuff, in cycling and home workout? Did you recently have a kid and so that's on top of your mind? Any of that kind of stuff. Write down your personal interests and hobbies. You don't need to spend a ton of time on this. Just write down 5 to 10 different things. Then the next step is to open up Amazon.com. Even if you're from outside the US, no matter where you're at in the world, you can sell on Amazon.com in the US. It's where most of the sales volume is. So we now recommend that everyone sells on Amazon.com, even if you're from outside the US. So open up Amazon. Then there's a weird little search string you can do where in the top search bar on Amazon, if you put a minus symbol and then 8 or more random letters, Amazon's going to show you a list of the different categories on Amazon. So you want to start matching your personal interest to the remaining categories. So I've crossed out a handful of them that don't make sense. Like we're not selling books, we're not doing Kindle stuff, we're not doing video games, Prime Video, gift cards, or handmade or everything else. So we're not going to be selling any of that kind of stuff. So all these other categories, you're basically just matching your personal interest to these so you have a place to start. If you're like, okay, cool, I just had a baby, so maybe I'm going to look at the baby category. Maybe I'm also going to look at the baby care category. Or maybe you're really into your dog or your cat or something, so maybe you go to pet supplies. Maybe you're really into sports and fitness, so you go to sports and outdoors, and you get the idea. Maybe you're into science and technology and stuff, so maybe you go to either one of the technology related categories, cell phone accessories, or industrial and scientific, or something like that. So you're basically just picking 3 of these categories you might be interested in. Then once you pick one of those categories, you do the same search thing again, a minus symbol, and then 8 or more random characters, And then once you do that, you're going to click through 3 to 4 categories level deep in one of your interests. So when I did that, what I just showed you, I picked sports and fitness because I'm very interested in health and fitness, have been for a very long time. So if I were to go to sports and outdoors, I would click one more category level deeper. So to sports and fitness, then I went even one more deeper to leisure, sports, and game room. The reason you're going a few categories level deep and not just stopping at the main category is because you want to find some products that most people aren't looking for on Amazon. A lot of people who look and they're like, I'm going to go sell something on Amazon. They're just going to look at the top products in the top category, and there's going to be a ton of competition for those products. They're going to be very established. So you want to go a little bit deeper so you can find some of the hidden gems most people aren't looking for. Then you're going to use a pretty cool little tool called ManageByStats Retriever, or MBS Retriever. This is a free Chrome plugin that you can get access to. And when you run this tool, when you're on one of those subcategory pages, what it's going to do is, using its proprietary algorithm and data, it's going to go out there and pull a bunch of data that's not publicly available. And it's going to make finding product opportunities on Amazon extremely simple. So there's a couple things you want to do, and I'm going to pull out my little pointer here so that you can see what I'm talking about. So there's a couple things you want to do. First thing you want to do is put in a price range. So I put a price, a minimum of $15 and a maximum of $100. The reason I did this is because if a product sells for less than 15 bucks, it's going to be hard making a bunch of money there. If a product sells for more than $100, inventory is likely going to be too expensive, and we want your risk to be as low as possible when you're getting started. So you need a price filter. Next piece is filter based on revenue. So this thing's going to pull in all the different products that meet the different category that you looked at. And so I put a minimum revenue per month of $40,000. The reason for that is we see on the low end, a typical profit margin in this business is something like 25%. And so if a product is selling $40,000 a month, that means it's producing at least $10,000 a month in profit, or a 6-figure amount per year. We found that a lot of people want to be able to make a 6-figure income from their business. And so this is going to allow you to find products that will make you at least a 6-figure income per year. So once you do that, you run these filters, it's going to reduce some of the products here. And then the next step is to go start clicking on the different products that are still remaining. And then with this, you can go start making a list of products that you might be interested in. Get rid of my fancy pointer here. And then, yeah, next step is to create a list of 10 to 20 opportunities you like. Pull open a spreadsheet. I love Google Sheets. You can use Excel. You can just use a Google Doc or a Word doc or whatever. Create a list of 10 to 20 different opportunities that meet these different criteria that you may like to look forward, you may like to move forward with. So then the second step is to pick the best opportunity to start with. This matters because by this point, you should have a list of 10 to 20 opportunities that are potential, and you need a way to narrow that down, because you only want to start with one product for the fastest profits. If you have multiple products, your attention is going to be split in multiple directions. You're going to waste a bunch of money. You're going to waste a bunch of time. You want one single good, high quality product. And not all products on your list are going to be equal. So you want the very best one available. So how do we do this? First, you want to determine the potential profit of each product on your list. So I pulled an example product here. This is actually a cornhole bag. So they're little bean bags that are part of a yard game that has a little hole. I'm sure everyone's kind of seen it, or most people have. We actually have one here at our house that some friends bought us. And so these are just the bean bags that go with that yard game. And so I pulled this as an example product, and I'm like, okay, if this ended up on my list of 10 to 20 potential products, because I dug into the categories, I made sure that they were selling between 15 and 100 bucks, and they were producing at least $40,000 a month in sales. I'm like, okay, what's next? Next step is you want to get some cost information. So you go to a site called Alibaba.com, ALIBABA.com, and just type in whatever the product is. In this case, cloth cornhole beanbag set. I think I literally copied that from the product title. And you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, it says 411 results for this product. Plenty of options to choose from. Then the next step is you look and see what people are making this for. What will they sell it to you for if they create the version, if they create the product for you? So in this case, it was 45 to 65 cents each. And so in this case, I could source this product for about $3.60 to about $5.20. So then I would go over to a tool that all you have to do, and it's a free tool, it's publicly available. So on the right hand of the screen, you see a little Google search bar thing that I took a screenshot of. I literally just Google Amazon FBA revenue calculator, and this little tool pops up. you can pop in the product that I found on Amazon. So the little cloth cornhole beanbag set, I pop in that on Amazon and it'll start giving me some special information. First thing you want to do is avoid this middle column. This is if you're doing all the shipping yourself, which you don't want to be doing. We'll talk more about this later, but you want to let Amazon do all this stuff for you. Then you input the price. So this is the price I literally took from Amazon, $29.99. This is what it's selling for. So Amazon tells me to sell on their platform, they're going to take $4.50 if I sell it at $29.99. I'm like, okay, cool. That's how they stay in business. To sell on their platform, they get $4.50. Then we estimate a shipping cost to get from the manufacturer to Amazon for $1. Kind of a standard we use. It's kind of a back of the napkin kind of calculation. Very easy. So we just put in $1. Then the last piece of data that we put in here is that cost information from Alibaba. I took the high end of the range. So I put $5.20 to be most conservative. So then Amazon tells me for every single one of these units that I sell on its platform, I'm going to get $11.89 in profit, or about 40%. This is how you start comparing all the opportunities on your list. So you want to determine the potential profit of each opportunity on your list, and then narrow your list down to the top 3. So based on these profit numbers, you should see some clear picture of which ones will be profitable, which ones won't be profitable, and which ones will be most profitable. Then for those top 3 products, go ahead and contact some suppliers. So if that beanbag set was my one of my top 3, I would literally click the little message supplier button on Alibaba. I would message them and say, hey, can I get some up-to-date pricing information? Sometimes it'll be different than what's on Alibaba. A lot of times it'll actually be better. So you want to get some accurate pricing information, and then also get a product sample. Your goal in this business is to sell a good, high quality product you can be proud of. You don't want to be selling junk that people are going to feel like they got ripped off, that's low quality just to save, 50 cents or something. You want to sell a good, solid, high quality product. That's how you build a really valuable business that can even be sold someday, in addition to also producing more consistent profits because people are actually happy with the product. So order a product sample, test it out, play with it, let a friend or family member check it out so you can make sure you're selling a good, high quality product. Then once you have all this information, choose the one best opportunity on your list to move forward with. Step number 3, create your own brand. You must own your own brand. You don't want to be selling anybody else's. First reason is you want to avoid price wars for what's called the buy box. So on Amazon, that section on the right is actually called the buy box. This whole thing for Amazon sellers is called the buy box. Now the thing is, in this case, I'm selling a GoPro product. So if you notice something down here in this red section, it says new and used 16 from 149.95. This means there's 16 people competing to be here. Because when a customer goes here and clicks the add to cart button, only one seller, one of these 16 people, is actually going to make any money. All the other ones are going to get nothing. So how do you get to be one of these 16 people that actually gets a sale in here? You reduce your price. All you do is keep dropping your price, and Amazon's going to put you in that box. So what's the problem with this whole thing? Is nobody ends up making any money. That's the problem with selling other people's products. So if you're selling a brand like GoPro, you're going to be competing with all the other people that buy wholesale from GoPro. As opposed to if you have your own brand, nobody else can sell on your listing because they don't have access to the brand. So then it's just you who gets 100% of the sales when somebody buys your product on Amazon. Next thing is you're going to get higher profit margins versus drop shipping or reselling or wholesaling or any of that kind of stuff. Your profitability owning the brand and selling directly to the consumer is going to be 2 to 5 times higher than any of those other models. So you get higher profit margins. You also get more control. You can sell your product when you want, where you want, however you want. And lastly, you build a more valuable asset, which is better for wealth building. A brand you own is going to be worth way more than if you're just making money for somebody else's brand. So how do you create your own brand? Fortunately, it's super simple. First, come up with a list of potential brand names, because by this point, you should have an idea of the product you're going to sell. So come up with a list of potential brand names that fit the product. Then check for .com domain name availability on a site like GoDaddy.com. You can just start popping in your potential brand names and see if the .com domain is available. Then do a US trademark search. If you literally just Google US trademark search, you'll find a free publicly available website that allows you to see if an existing brand name is taken by somebody else's trademark. Super simple. Then once you've settled on a brand name, get a logo created. You can go to fiverr.com, get a logo for as little as $5 to $10. Or if you want a fancier logo, you can go to 99designs.com and spend a few $100s. If you're just getting started, I recommend going as cheaply as possible because you can always upgrade stuff later. Then have your manufacturer do the packaging design to start. For example, those little cornhole bean bags, maybe they have the logo on the actual bags themselves, but the packaging could just be a blank box, or it could be a box with a logo on it. You don't need super fancy packaging to get started. These aren't going to be sitting in retail stores or anything like that. People are literally just going to see what they see on Amazon and make a purchasing decision. You can always upgrade to fancier packaging later, but at first, go the cheap route, keep your risk as low as possible, and you can always increase costs later. Fifth, once your logo file is ready from your designer, send that file digitally to your supplier, have them put it on your product, and you're ready to order your inventory. Now, big question people have at this point: how much inventory should I order? You want at least 300 units to start. This allows you to run some promotional campaigns that Mike's going to be showing you later without immediately running out of inventory. An average product cost we see with shipping, with packaging, with everything included is about $3 to $6. Like you saw, the beanbag set was $3.60 to $5.20, I believe, and then you add on $1 for that extra shipping cost. And so that means 300 units will cost you about $900 to $1,800 for that kind of product. So from the previous example, remember that product made $11.89 in profit for every sale. This means if you sold just 300 units a month, about 10 a day, you'd make about $3,500 in profit every single month, which isn't a bad start for just getting this business off the ground. So now that you know how much inventory to order, you know how to find a supplier, how to create a brand, how are you actually going to run this thing? Like what are the operations going to look like? Here's how to build a nearly automated business you can run from anywhere in the world. You can run from your house, you can run while you're traveling, you can run it from an RV if you want to do that. So all you have to do is contact your supplier, which could be anywhere in the world. So you contact your supplier, have them prepare some inventory, then have them, don't ship it to you, have them ship it directly to Amazon, which is called Fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA, which is Amazon's network of warehouses all over the world. They'll hold your inventory, they'll pick and pack it, which means they literally have people or robots that are going around, and when somebody orders something, they'll make sure they put it in a box and ship it off, and probably ship it with other people's products as well. And so they'll handle all that. They'll handle returns, refunds, chargebacks, all that sort of stuff. And all those fees, by the way, are baked into that calculator that I showed you earlier. There's no extra hidden fees or any of that kind of stuff. It's all publicly available, so you know the exact cost before you even get started, and they're very reasonable because of Amazon's size. You literally probably couldn't get it done cheaper anywhere else. So then when people are out there, they're shopping on Amazon, they're looking for products to buy, they see your product, they buy your product, you'll see inside of your Amazon Seller Central account, which is where you sell stuff on Amazon, that you start making money, people are buying your products. Then Amazon cuts you basically a bank deposit every 14 days. They send the money directly to you based on the sales and profits that you've made. Then all you do is keep monitoring your Amazon Seller Central account. When your inventory starts running low, all you do is contact your supplier again, tell them to send some more inventory to Amazon FBA. More people buy on Amazon, Amazon pays you more money. That's how you can run this business with literally just a laptop and an internet connection, no matter where you're at, whether you're at home, on the road, traveling, anything. That's how you can build this business. So step number 4, which is mainly going to be covered by Mike, but I want to give you a little bit of a prelude. So this is about how to quickly get your product to show up when people search on Amazon. So the reason this step is so critical and you want to pay close attention when Mike shows you how to do this is customers on Amazon search to find products to buy. They're not just browsing around, they literally are there to buy stuff in most cases. So you want your product to show when they search for stuff related to what your product is. For example, taco holders, if that's a product you're selling, you want to show up as high as possible when people are searching for phrases related to that. The higher you rank for search phrases, in most cases, the more money you make. If you're number 1, you're most likely going to make more money than the person ranked number 3. But being as high as the top 10 for any product is fantastic because there's hundreds of billions of dollars a year in sales on Amazon. So a new product on Amazon is likely not going to rank for anything because it's brand new. However, you can use a step-by-step process that Mike's going to show you right now to fix that and get your product, even if it's brand new, even if you have no experience, to rank as high as possible for high value keywords on Amazon.
Okay, so you should be seeing a picture of me and my family, so that we don't have our cameras on, but I wanted you to have a face to kind of put the voice to. That's me, my son Connor, my daughter Frankie, my wife Tony, and I have this picture up to remind me of better days, because that is what's called the Muni Outdoor Theater in St. Louis, Missouri. That's from last season. We love this. We go every single year. As you can tell, we get there early because no one else was even there. But for the first time in over 100 years, they had to cancel their entire season due to COVID-19. So we truly are living in these unprecedented times, but I believe, and hopefully a lot of other people believe this as well, that things will get better. And so the one thing that you can do to make your personal life and situation better is what you're doing right now, following the training that we're giving to you. And so the next part is I'm going to show you how to get your product ranking on Amazon. So Matt's already shown you how to get your product ready for sale on Amazon, but like he mentioned, you need to have your product show up for sale on Amazon as well, because just being there at their warehouse doesn't do anyone any good if you can't be found on Amazon. So let's imagine that I want to get some taco holders for my family. I would go to Amazon, I'd do a search for taco holders, and then you would see on this page, dozens of different taco holders out there, and there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different taco holders showing up when you search. But if you are not showing up when someone searches, then you're not getting any sales at all because people don't even know you exist. So how do you make your product show up before those other hundreds of similar products showing up? Well, we use what we call a 3-step ranking formula that I'm going to walk you through. The first step is to discover the best search terms, just like taco holder, which I showed for, to find out what the best search terms are for your product that you'll be selling. Then you want to use those same search terms in advertising. And don't worry if you've never advertised before, it's super simple and I'm going to walk you through it as well. And then finally, we're going to show you how to drive targeted sales with what we call cash back offers. And I'm going to give you all the details on this. So the first step, making sure you know what the best search terms are for your product listing. So for this example, like Matt mentioned, we're going to use our very own taco holders that we sourced specifically for this webinar to show you exactly how this can all be done. Now, once we had this product here made, which looks beautiful, I actually used them this week when we had some tacos at the house. The next thing is to do a little research and try to find out what keywords or search terms we want to be showing up for and putting into our listing. So went out there, we did a search for taco holders, and then you'll see we saw some of the best, highest ranking products out there. These are not our products right here. These are just some of the existing top selling products. The reason I wanted to see them is because I wanted to check out their product listings and see what search terms they're already using and putting into their listings. So if we clicked one of these, you would then see a large image of that product along with these bullet points over here. The first one says taco holder restaurant grade 4-pack. Well, something tells me that is a search term they know that maybe people are looking for. It's also called a taco stand. They have that right in their listing. They're referencing stainless steel taco holders and taco shell holders. Now, these are all talking about the exact same product. They're just mentioning it in different ways, which as a seller, we know they're focusing on what the most popular search terms are for these products. So if I look at my competition, I'm going to see what they want to start ranking for so that I can also put those into my listing so that I'll start ranking and showing up when people are looking for taco holders as well. Now, another real easy way to do this is to make use of Amazon's artificial intelligence. When you go to any product review page now, you'll notice this little section. Amazon's AI goes through all of the reviews created by the customers, and it picks out the most common search terms that people are putting into there, such as stainless steel, easy to clean, taco holder, highly recommended, perfect size. All these things are things people are talking about in the reviews. And when people mention common words like that, chances are that's a really good search term that you want to put into your product listing as well. Those two simple methods will give you a lot of search terms to include in your product listing. But here's a tip. The longer the search term, the easier it is for you to rank for initially. So maybe something like taco holder or taco holders, it's probably very, very competitive, just 2 words. You want to start off with something longer. Well, if you want to know how to find a longer search term, let's use Amazon again. If we type in taco holder, you're seeing that Amazon's telling us all other kind of related search terms. It's using their data that they know people are already using when searching for this type of product. So we pick out one that is a bit longer than 2 words, and is also relevant for our product. And I've highlighted here the one that we're going to use, taco holder stainless steel set of 4. Now, as another tip, if you put the main keyword that you want to rank for near the beginning of your title, you're going to show up in the search much sooner than you would if you did not do that. It's one secret that sellers know, and you know about that as well. So if we were to go back to Amazon, and instead of searching for taco holders, we typed in taco holders stainless steel set of 4, you would see our product showing up right there on the top search rankings because we put that at the very beginning of our title. That's just one easy, quick tip to get your product showing up quicker than it would if you didn't have that in there. Now, of course, you want to have good pictures. You want to have what are called bullet points in your listing, kind of like what we looked at for the other seller as well. And you want to make sure these look very engaging in order to get people wanting to buy your product. But the first thing is to make sure that you show up so that they can check out your product, because if they don't see it, they can't buy it. Now, another place to take those search terms, if you don't want to put them in your title or in your bullet points, is something called the back end search terms. And when you become a seller on Amazon, you'll get access to this screen right here. This is something that buyers, no buyers on Amazon will ever see this. This is in the back end of your Seller Central account, that for every product you have, you get this secret little field called search terms, where you can also put in any other search terms that you want your product to show up for in searches as well. You put that there, no one else, no other seller knows you put it there, but you will start showing up for those search terms. It's another tip that most sellers don't know about when selling on Amazon. Now, once you've discovered the best search terms to put into your product listing, the next step is to take those exact same search terms that we're putting in our title and our bullet points and use them in advertising. And the advertising we're talking about, it's not Facebook advertising, it's not Google or Bing or anything like that. It's incredibly simple. It's Amazon's own built-in advertising. And as you can see here, here's 3 different types of advertising methods they give you. Forget about the 2 on the right. Just focus on the very first one. This is the only one you need to get your product selling. It's called sponsored products. Once you click on that, it's going to tell you and walk you through how to create your very first campaign for your very first product. Now it's going to let you put in a daily budget. You can start off with something low. In this case, we'll start off with just $10 a day. And you want to select what's called manual targeting. What this means is we're going to tell Amazon what search terms we want our product to show up for when people are looking for a similar product. But keep in mind, we're going to actually use Amazon's own technology to help us figure out what those are here as well. So the next step, we're simply going to tell Amazon that, hey, here's our product. This is the product we want to advertise for. Click the add button. And when you do that, the very next thing that Amazon is going to tell you again, they're going to give you an entire list of related search terms that they already believe and know from their own data that people are looking for when searching for a product like yours. So you would simply add all these search terms to your first advertising campaign. Next, you go to this very next step here called entering your own search terms. This gives you the ability to type in like taco holder, taco holders, taco holders stainless steel set of 4, whatever you want. But the beautiful part of this is that not only does it let you put in whatever you want, it's going to give you an entire list of longer keywords as well, just like we looked at before, and let you, in one simple click, add all of these keywords as well to your campaign. And when you do that, you have this entire list. In this case, with about 30 seconds worth of work, we have 42 keywords that Amazon, using their own data, using their own history of people searching and buying taco holders, told us are good keywords to advertise and bid on inside of Amazon. So that's what we're going to do to get our first campaign going. Now, as another tip, all these 42 keywords, I would go back and look and see if we put those into our listing as well. Do I have those anywhere in the title, anywhere in the bullet points, anywhere in the description, or anywhere in those secret backend search terms? If you didn't, I would add some in those sections as well, because you know that people are searching for them. That's just another way to get more and more traffic for your product right from the start. Now, after you've started using those search terms in advertising, the third part of the 3-step ranking formula is to drive targeted sales with cash back offers. Now, I put this big slide up here to say it's top secret, but it's really not top secret. The government's not hiding this from anyone, but what you're about to learn, it is truly a secret that only the very best sellers on Amazon know about. Very few people use this. You'll be learning this today on this webinar, and it is one of the newest, most current features that is getting our products ranked faster than ever. Now, you may be wondering what cashback offers are, but it's pretty simple. It's when you offer your customers a 100% product rebate in exchange for them going out there and buying your product on Amazon. Now, keep in mind, so anyone here who's been selling on Amazon or knows Amazon, this is not to have them go out there and write a review of your product. Amazon does not like people getting compensated to write reviews. So we will not be asking any of these customers to do that. This is simply to help you promote the launch of your brand new product. And in case you're wondering, it's something that's been used in retail for years. Companies like Walmart, they give out cash rebates all the time. Companies like Costco, Sam's, Target, wherever it is you shop, chances are one of the companies there gives out rebates. Also, companies like Red Bull and other big major brands, they give away products. They give away rebates as well because they want to make sure people are aware when they're launching a brand new product. Now, there is a secret, and this is the secret part of it, that will make this really effective. When you ask your customers to buy your product, you also want to ask them to first search for your product before they buy. Because when they do that, it's going to help Amazon know what keywords you want to have your product show up for, and it's going to help increase your rankings on Amazon. That is the secret sauce to this third part of the three-step ranking formula. Now, if you're wondering, well, how the heck do I find people that actually want to get my product even for free? There's a couple of really easy places. First is Facebook. You could simply go out there, and if you have some friends on Facebook, you could make a post telling people about your new taco holders that you want your friends to try out, and let them know that you'll actually give them a 100% rebate if they simply message you and want to buy your product for you. Dan Ashburn, the other co-creator of some of our training here, he put this post together just the other day, and just to show you how simple it is, put a little picture of product up there, ask your friends if they want a free product. Another thing you can do as well is go into one of the millions of Facebook groups out there. There are groups for everything. For a taco holder, I would probably go out there and find some groups for maybe some Mexican foods, cooking groups, any kind of cooking group, maybe some kind of culinary or household kitchenware groups. Find those groups and then go in there and simply offer your product to people who are looking to buy your product, and you'll be willing to give it to them for free. That's another easy option. And then a really easy way to actually pay people in order to buy your product is using Facebook Messenger. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but right inside your Facebook Messenger, you have the ability to send money to people. Dan sent me this message the other day. He said, "Hey, Mike, I'm excited for you to try my new product. It's completely free, and I'll send you the money back either here in Facebook or by PayPal, whatever's easier." And he simply walks me through the process of going to Amazon, searching for the taco holders, finding it, buying it, and then he sends me the money right through Facebook. Here's what it looks like. Facebook has a little button with a $ on it when you send a message. You click on that, it will walk you through the process of sending money to any person that you're friends with on Facebook. It makes it incredibly simple to do. Now, if you do this about 5 times a day for your main keyword you're trying to rank for, and once you get on page 1 and it's consistently making sales, you can then move on to the very next keyword. It's as simple as that. You keep going from the keyword you want to rank for, you rank for it, and then move on to the next one and repeat the process. So that's the 3 steps to the 3-step ranking formula: discovering the best search term for your product listing, using those search terms in advertising, and then driving targeted sales using cashback offers or rebates. And if you're wondering whether this works or not, let me show you a recent search for taco holder stainless steel set of 4. If you look on Amazon, you will see our product right over there. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the very first product you see, that's an advertisement. It says sponsored right below the picture. So they're not showing up naturally through search like we are. They're paying for that spot. The very next one, exactly the same. That's a sponsored one. So they're also paying for that spot. We're not. This product here is in the first position. This is the second position. So we're really already position number 3 for this search on Amazon after only launching this product just a few weeks ago, which is pretty crazy for a new product launch. Now, in case you're wondering if that's the only search term that we actually try to rank for, nope, not at all. That's just the first one. Anytime we launch a product, we go out and make a list of all the keywords that we eventually want to rank for. And we do that just like I walked you through the process, using our competitors to find what they're searching, what they think people are searching for, using Amazon to tell us what are other search terms we should be putting in our listing and trying to rank for. And this little tool, you can use a spreadsheet, you can use a Word document, whatever you want. This just is a tool that we have that automatically checks the ranking for our product for all these different keywords. And the way it works is it actually goes from right to left. So in the far right-hand column, that's back on May 26th when we launched this product, and it's showing us all the rankings for all these search terms. And as you can imagine, the numbers were really high because we had just launched that product. We weren't ranking for anything. Then we started doing the process that I just walked you through, and over the next week or two, you'll see that we moved up in the rankings consistently, and our latest ones just yesterday, not only are we on the first page for most of our search terms, we're in position 1, 2, or 3 for so many of them as well. That's how well what you just learned can actually work for a brand new product. Now, ranking well is awesome, something to brag about among the other Amazon sellers, but what's more important is making money. So over that couple of weeks, this product, these taco holders, sold over $5,000 in sales. And when we pull up the Amazon revenue calculator that Matt showed you earlier, you see down at the bottom, this product has a healthy 27.5% profit margin for the sales. And if we start extrapolating that out, we want to eventually get to 30 sales per day. That means monthly, we'd be selling about 900 units per month. Our revenue then would be $19,800. We're going to go ahead and assume we're always spending 10% on advertising to take that out of these sales and our profits, but that still leaves us on a monthly profit of $3,483 just for a simple product that we launched. Now, if we take this out over the next 12 months, you'll see that come November and December, we increase the number of products we're selling because that's kind of what happens during the holidays, just kind of goes crazy with sales. But over a 12-month period, this product that we just launched is consistently making not just sales, but profits as well. And over a 12-year time period, the annual gross profit would be nearly $50,000, all for a simple set of taco holders that we sourced and launched just for the sake of this webinar to show you exactly how this works. Hopefully that tells you exactly what's possible when you start a business like this and when you know exactly what to do to get your product selling and ranking on Amazon.
Awesome, thank you, Mike. So everyone should be able to see my screen again. So Mike just covered step number 4 of this 5-step process, how to get your products to rank as quickly as possible for just about anything on Amazon. What he just showed you is something we've pretty much never revealed before in live training, and so it's absolutely powerful. These kind of things, sometimes, you know, we like to keep these strategies for ourselves and that kind of thing, so, but we decided to give them away so you can know exactly how this kind of thing works. So here's step number 5, is to use a simple formula to achieve any goal with your new business. So why this step matters so much? Some products, believe it or not, sell $1 million plus per year on Amazon, but you don't need $1 million product to build $1 million business, because 5 products selling 200 grand a year each is still $1 million and is likely way easier to achieve. Even if your goal is something more modest, like 5 grand a month in profit, for example, the solution's exactly the same. So I read a book called Snowball, all about Warren Buffett, you know, largely considered the world's greatest investor. They talked about when he was a kid, him and a buddy ended up buying a pinball machine and putting it in a restaurant. And so they put some cash into this pinball machine. Now they have this asset sitting in a restaurant where people are playing it day and night, basically making him money. So then at a certain point, that pinball machine starts making enough money to allow him to buy a second pinball machine. Now they have 2 pinball machines in 2 different restaurants. People are playing both of them day and night, making him double the amount of money. Then he takes that, the cash flow from both of those, and uses it to buy 2 more pinball machines. Now he has 4 pinball machines, all making him money day and night. This business is exactly the same. Your first product may be something like a taco holder. And so if your first product was a taco holder, you get it on Amazon, you do the process Mike just showed, you get ranking for keywords. Now the thing's producing cash flow for you day and night. At some point, you can use that cash flow to launch a second product. For example, maybe a tortilla holder. Everyone who bought your first product, the taco holder, could possibly also want to buy a tortilla holder because maybe they also want to do soft shell tacos and hard shell tacos on the same night or different nights. And so now you're able to sell that to all the people who bought your first product, in addition to doing a launch for the tortilla holder itself. And so you're ranking for tortilla holder related keywords. And then the cool thing is it really starts feeding each other, because everyone who buys a tortilla holder, you can also sell the taco holder to. And so now you have two products that are by their own rights making money, but now they're also feeding each other. So you have double the cash flow, potentially even more. And then now you can launch two more products, maybe a little guacamole bowl, maybe also a little serving dish where people can put their sour cream and cheese and lettuce and all that kind of stuff that goes along with tacos. And now you have four products all making you money around the clock. That's how this business works. And that's how you can achieve any financial goal if you want. Because leverage in this business comes from expanding one brand at a time. You don't want to go out there multiple brands, because with one brand, you can sell all the existing products to all the existing customers and move way faster. The cool thing is Amazon literally tells you what else people are buying. If I were to go look at that taco holder product on Amazon, it's going to tell me that people who buy this product are also buying the tortilla holder and the guacamole bowl. That's how I found those products. So when it comes time for you to make more money in this business, all you do is go to Amazon, see what it says other people are buying, and start selling those products under your same brand. Keep adding new products to your brand and watch your profits grow and grow. This is how this kind of thing can work. So if you're starting in the far left column, say you start with just one product, selling 300 a month or 10 a day at an average profit per sale of $11, kind of like the beanbag set we talked about, monthly profit, $3,300. Then you get two products, and now you're making $6,600 a month in profit. Then you get four products, and now you're making $13,000 a month in profit. Then you get 8 products, and now you're making $26,000 a month in profit. That's how this business can work. So here's a summary of the 5 steps we talked about so far. First, create a list of product opportunities. Second, pick the best opportunity to start with. Third, create your own brand. Fourth, quickly get your products to show up for relevant search phrases. And number 5, achieve any financial goal you want by expanding your brand. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is how do we put all of this together into a specific timeline and roadmap so you can achieve your financial freedom literally by this January of 2021, about 7 months from now. All right, so here is your 2020 roadmap to a lifetime of financial security and freedom. So far, you've learned the fundamentals to build a successful brand. Now I want to give you a specific timeline and a roadmap to get there. 5 minutes from now, you should be crystal clear on first, where you're going, and second, what you need to do to get there. Here's how to achieve a lifetime of financial freedom. You need to get clear on the outcome that you want. It's hard to know what you need to do today unless you're crystal clear on where you want to go, just like setting any goal. So by January 2021, 7 months from now, how much take-home income would you like from your business? How much would you literally like to be able to put in your pocket each and every single month from your business? Equally as important, what would this allow you to do? Maybe it would allow you to help a friend or family member. Maybe it would allow you to buy a nicer house, a nicer car. Maybe it would just allow you to quit a job or have a spouse quit their job. Maybe it would allow you to do something for a child. Maybe it would allow you to do something for an aging parent, go on vacations, live somewhere remotely, any of that kind of stuff. Your reason's your reason. What would this allow you to do if you had this extra income from your business? Now what I want you to do, literally while we're on this webinar, is go to amazingwebinars.com in a new tab and go to amazingwebinars.com/goal, G-O-A-L, like it says here on the slide, amazingwebinars.com/goal. It's going to ask you those 2 questions. Just give a quick response, whatever comes to your mind, quick response, enter your email, because this is how you enter for the $20,000 prize. So we're going to pick one person that's attended one of these live sessions next week to get a $20,000 business building package where we're throwing all kinds of stuff in there, every advantage we possibly have to help you. We're including that in there. We're going to announce one lucky winner next week. And so this is how not only do you get clear on this stuff yourself and give us some valuable information, valuable feedback, and we've already got your email and stuff, so it's not like we're trying to get any more information out of you, but this is how you can enter to win the $20,000 prize. We need you to enter your email because otherwise we're not going to know who entered it. And so go to amazingwebinars.com/goal. Do this right now. It should take you no more than 60 seconds. I'm going to let you go do that right now. What I want you to do as soon as you've done that to let me know that you're ready and I know when it's time to move on, in the Q&A box here on GoToWebinar, I'd like you to tell me what is your take-home income goal and what's this going to allow you to do. Give me a quick summary. What is the amount of money you want to be making from your business by January 2021? And what would this allow you to do? Give me that information by posting in the Q&A box, and that's going to let me know when you've completed the thing on amazingwebinars.com/goal. So I'll give everyone just 1 or 2 minutes here. I will literally want you to go pop over there, do this real quickly, and then we can keep moving on. But for now, I'm going to go pop open the Q&A box, and I'm going to see what your answers are here. All right, scrolling down here. Let's see what people have to say. Alrighty, so Chelsea says $6,000 a month. Eventually build my own home. Awesome. Helen says $50,000. Awesome. John says 15 to 20 grand a month. Jim, this is a cool one, says 10 to 15 grand. Says spouse quit jobs. That's cool. Stephanie says 5 grand a month, so I can quit my job. Cool. Let's see here. Elio says $10,000 USD to be financially free. Jennifer says 5 grand a month would allow me to work from home and not feel financially strained. Awesome. Sharon says 5 grand a month to help my kids buy their homes. Awesome reason. Let's see here. Syed says 15 grand a month. Anna says 10 grand a month to buy a house. Rosa says 5 grand a month for extra income. Let's see here. Salim says $30,000 to quit the job. Flay, this is definitely a personal reason. So 10 grand a month there. Amy says 5 grand a month, newly single, self-reliant. Cool. Chelsea says 3 grand and give my parents freedom. Yolanda, this is awesome, very specific, says 2 grand a month, pay for my mom's new roof and pay for my daughter's tuition. Let's see here. Edna says 5 grand a month, quit my home, spend more time with my family and be my own boss. Maybe you said quit my job, I don't know. Susan says 7 grand a month. Arlene says 10 grand to help my family. Alex says 5 grand a month to travel the world. Janet wants to buy a tiny house. Jamie says 20 grand a month for my kids' college. Awesome. So thanks everyone for submitting that. It's really cool to hear what you're doing this for, why you're doing it. So tons of people have already given responses. So if you're still doing it, finish it up real quick and we're going to go ahead and get rolling. So thanks everyone for that. So here's how to achieve a lifetime of financial freedom. This star at the right of the screen represents your goal that you just entered into that document, so into the little form online. So this is you getting there by January 2021. To make this happen by that timeline, first, you need to find an opportunity. What is going to be your first product? If you do this by early July, which is about a month from now, you're in a good position. So find your opportunity by early July, which should be plenty of time, then order your inventory. So you want to make sure you've already gone through the samples, you've gotten the costs, you've contacted the suppliers. So by mid-July, make sure you place your first inventory order. Then third, get your product live by October 1st. Now, you can see there's a big gap between number 2 and number 3. The reason is because in most cases, it'll take about a month for your supplier to produce your inventory because it's likely going to have your logo on it, your colors, all that sort of stuff. And then it can take up to 5 weeks to get your product shipped by sea from the manufacturer all the way into Amazon. So there's a bit of a time delay by the time you order your inventory and by the time you get your product live. But as long as you get it live by October 1st, you're good to go. Fourth, do your product launch like Mike just showed. Start ranking for keywords, start producing sales by mid-October. Then by end of October, once you do a successful product launch, you'll probably sell out of your initial inventory, reinvest the profits you've made to get some more inventory. And then by January 2021, you should have your second batch of inventory. And by then you can do a product relaunch to start producing the level of profit that you want to meet your own financial goal. If you follow this timeline step by step and hit these major milestones, you can achieve your goal by January, 7 months from now. So why is now the perfect time to start this? Not only is there crazy demand on Amazon right now, you can get inventory live before the holiday season. During the holiday season or the last quarter of the year, there's about 30% more sales online than any other time of the year. There's also 2 of the biggest shopping days of the year in this period. There's Black Friday and then there's Cyber Monday. Because of all this, you can make way more profit at that time. And this allows you to achieve your financial freedom even faster. So the cool thing about this is that by starting this right now, June or July, you can hit these major milestones, hit these holiday season, the shopping days and everything else. You're in a perfect time to actually go out there and start this business right now. Somebody who's gone out there and done this, this is Devin. He's actually a former accountant and he's built a $3 million business following this exact same strategy. And so it actually landed him on the 2019 Inc. 5000 list of the most successful companies in America. He owns a barbecue brand called Grillaholics, which you can see there at the bottom screenshot. Says it had 527% revenue growth for revenue of about $2.7 million. And so he's built this business following this exact same steps. So now what? Now what are you going to do next? We've covered a lot of stuff so far. We've covered the $26.1 trillion opportunity happening now. We've covered how to build a profitable business without selling, why start with Amazon, how to create a list of opportunities, how to find suppliers, how to calculate profit, why you must own your own brand, how to get top rankings for high value search phrases on Amazon, the simple formula to scale your business to achieve any goal, and you've even clarified your financial goal to achieve by January 2021. Right now is the best opportunity I've ever seen to build a wildly successful e-commerce business. You do not want to miss this. Now, what could possibly happen if you went out and tried to do all this alone? You could choose the wrong product. You could end up with a bad supplier. You could overpay for inventory. You could pick the wrong keywords, create a bad Amazon product listing, waste money on the wrong kind of advertising, miss a step in launching your product, get your Amazon Seller Central account suspended accidentally, waste time, waste money, and worst of all, give up right before you're about to succeed. We know this because we've made all these mistakes ourselves before. Here's what I consider the critical loop for success to get from setting your goal to actually succeeding and accomplishing it. You need a good, solid plan. You're inevitably going to make mistakes. Then you're going to learn, hopefully, from those mistakes. Then you got to persevere and keep going. If you work with us, we can help you make this so much better and faster. We can help you come up with a better plan, make less mistakes, learn faster, and we can make sure that you keep going no matter what happens so you actually go out there and achieve your goal. So here's what I think it's going to take for you to take advantage of the massive opportunity that's been dropped on our plates here in 2020. You need a proven system to follow. You need experts to get help from. You need a great environment for success. You want to be surrounded by other people of like mind who are doing the same exact business on the same exact journey. And then you also need the right tools and resources. We've taken all of this and thought about everything that could possibly go wrong, and we've put it inside of a program we call Amazing Selling Machine. This program is built to help you achieve the results that you want, gain financial security and never depend on a job again, create a reliable source of income and wealth, build a business you're proud of, save thousands of hours with a step-by-step program, gain clarity and confidence in knowing exactly what to do, and create the life you want far faster and easier today. As Warren Buffett says, the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself, and that's what you're doing with ASM. Here's some proof that I know this is the answer for you. We've been doing this for 8+ years, helping people just like you succeed. Our students have generated over $9 billion in sales. And we've worked with some of the world's top business leaders, like Damon John of Shark Tank, Richard Branson of the Virgin Group, Sarah Blakely, billionaire founder of Spanx, and Robert Kiyosaki, author of the #1 personal finance book of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So we're super excited to announce the brand new ASM 12. This is built for today's world to help you build wealth fast. It includes 100% new strategies working like crazy today, including how to find the best product opportunities, how to know exactly which keywords to target, how to launch your product to the top of Amazon easily. And it also includes 4 new powerful software tools to save you a ton of time. And for the first time ever, it includes a personalized coaching program to make sure that you're successful. The first part of this is the new step-by-step online web class, which includes 160 new video lessons, 9 modules, 50 hours of content. You can go at your own pace. You can watch anytime, anywhere. They're easy to follow videos included, and you get free updates to the training as things change, which they inevitably do. Best of all, you can start today with a welcome module. You'll see Mike and I in there. You'll also see Rich Henderson, who's behind the scenes right now answering questions. I'm sure some of you all heard from him, as well as Dan Ashburn, 2 experts in selling on Amazon and have helped thousands of people. So this is what's the fastest way to learn to build a business is something you might be wondering. Maybe some people think it's to get an MBA. Thing with an MBA is it's going to take 2 years of your life. You're going to have to live on campus, quit your day job, get student loans, hours daily doing homework. You're going to go $70,000 to $200,000 in debt in the process, and you don't own anything after. With Amazing Selling Machine, on the other hand, it's all 100% online, only an hour or 2 a day it takes for you to do it, and you get to build a real business you own at the end of it. So here's an overview of the web class. There's about 14 to 21 lessons per module. Each lesson and module builds on what you've already learned and done. There's a bonus welcome module included to help you get started, and you get to earn badges to reward yourself for progressing through the material. In modules 1 through 5, in first module, you learn how to find the best product to sell today. Second module, you learn how to find high quality, low cost suppliers. In module 3, you learn how to create an irresistible brand that stands out. In module 4, you lay your marketing foundation before launch. And in module 5, you craft the perfect product page. Then in module 6, you learn your step-by-step successful product launch. Module 7, you start and scale profitable Amazon ads easily. Module 8, you learn special strategies to scale your Amazon sales. And then lastly, in module 9, you get advanced marketing and traffic strategies. In as little as an hour or two a day, you can build your business following this program. You also get the mentor program, which includes 21 real experts with an average sales of $1.8 million each on Amazon. They're available 24/7 in the community for you to access and ask questions to. We'll help you push through obstacles, speed up your success, avoid major mistakes. This is just an example of the success of one of our mentors. This person has sold $3.4 million and more on Amazon. This is a screenshot from their actual Seller Central account to prove to you that these people really know what they're doing. You also get access to the private community, which includes 26,750 active members, 5,874 weekly interactions, members from 138 countries, 7-figure sellers and 8-figure Amazon sellers. You get motivation and inspiration, accountability from people that are doing the exact same business as you. You also get the private resource vault, which is our private collection of personal contacts and resources we've used to build our own businesses. You get 44 resources easily worth over $10,000, including an expert freight forwarder that'll help you get your product from your manufacturer all the way to Amazon without you having to do anything. You also get top product photographers to outrank and outsell everybody else on Amazon, and tons more stuff in there. You also get 4 powerful software tools that have never been available before. These are brand new to ASM 12 and are only for ASM members. These give you an unfair advantage versus everyone else selling on Amazon. You'll get faster and easier profits, and you'll save tons of time. You actually get 100% free access for a full year. If you want to keep using them beyond the year, it's completely optional to you. It'll just be a tiny monthly fee for you, but it's completely optional. The first tool is the exclusive product opportunity tool. This is a Chrome browser plugin, which is basically an upgraded version that's not available publicly of what I showed you earlier. With it, you can pull accurate sales numbers, which Amazon does not provide you, but we have access to through other resources. You can find the best products fast. You can also get price, rank, and sales history, which is extremely valuable because you don't want to be selling a product that just shot up in rankings overnight and is going to die off the next week or next month. You want to be selling products that are almost guaranteed to keep selling well month after month, year after year, so you can build a stable, successful business. This will save you hours and hours of time alone. You also get the product analyzer tool. When you find a list of products, you can upload that data to the product analyzer tool and learn exactly which the best product to sell is. You'll get powerful insights. You'll also get something very critical, which is a depth of market analysis. And so you don't want to be selling a product where there's just one product and that's the only one selling well. You want to be selling a product where there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 products that are all selling well, that are all similar, because that tells you there's a room for another one, which is your product. No more spreadsheet analysis. And what it's going to do is it's literally going to tell you the #1 opportunity based on depth of market, profitability, and everything else, which one you should sell. You also get the perfect keyword tool. Now, this tool is something that I kind of had a wish for a long time ago. I was like, you know what? Finding the right keywords to target on Amazon is a pain in the butt because you can run tools out there and they'll just give you a list of 100 or 1,000 keywords and you're like, okay, what the heck do I do with these? I thought it'd be awesome if there was a tool where you could just give them your product, press a button, and it told you exactly which keywords to target. That's what this tool does. Allows you to find hidden opportunities nobody else is looking at, tells you exactly which keywords to target that have high sales and low competition, and you get a prioritized list of what keywords should I rank for, what keywords should I put in other parts of my listing, and which keywords should I target for ads. This will allow you to get faster profits for new products. This is one of the coolest things in this entire thing that's never been available before because keywords are everything on Amazon. You also get the rapid product launch tool. This is not publicly available. It utilizes a 100-year-old retail strategy, allows you to access thousands of buyers looking to buy products right now. You get real sales from real people to help you rank faster on Amazon. The reason we were able to take a taco holder that's brand new with a brand nobody had ever heard of before with only 9 reviews and take it at the top for keywords that had competitors that had 100, 200, 300 reviews was partly because of this powerful tool. You get access to it as an ASM member. So here's your full program for success. You get the ASM 12 online web class, the mentor program, access to the private community, the private resource vault, the ultimate software tool suite. The web class alone is worth $5,000 at least. The mentor program easily worth $3,500. The private community, $1,000. The private resource vault, $1,497. And the ultimate software tool suite easily worth $2,997. All of this stuff included, a minimum of $13,985 in value. Now you might be wondering, it sounds like we've been pretty successful with our own businesses. Why did we create this stuff at all? Why do we even offer ASM? This screenshot on the right is a business that I own with a business partner, and this is an e-commerce business just like what we showed you here. Last month alone, we did over $1.3 million in sales. We've been talking with some investment bankers because we're likely going to sell this business at the end of the year, beginning of next year. And based on those valuations, this business alone is probably worth 6 times what Amazing is worth, because we've never built Amazing to be a sellable business. We built it because we love doing it. I don't need to do Amazing, but I choose to. And there's a few reasons for that. First off is that the best leverage in building an e-commerce business comes from scaling a single brand. You don't want to go out there selling a bunch of different brands. You want to focus on one brand at a time, which is what we're doing with the screenshot at the right you see, and is what we recommend you do. So there's 4 of us primarily in ASM. There's me, there's Mike, there's Dan, and there's Rich. 4 people, that's only 4 brands. But there are millions of opportunities to use all these strategies that you could go out there and build your own kind of business. This allows us with ASM to use our knowledge and skills to help more people and diversify our own business interests. But more importantly for me, it kind of goes back to my childhood. When I was younger, I had 2 parents that were entrepreneurs, and so money was up and down all the time. And I learned to really like the up times and really not like the down times, which is what I think made me pretty ambitious. But what I found out is that there were some friends of mine who never got to experience the up times. Their parents gave them good values, but they had no money. Like I had friends that couldn't even buy bicycles and that sort of thing. And sometimes we would go out there and try to help them and do that kind of thing. And so it just really ended up pulling on my heartstrings a long time ago. And so this is the cause that I care most about, is helping people be more financially successful. I know money isn't everything. Money is not your secret to happiness or anything, but money can give you a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things for yourself and for other people, which is why I do consider it to be incredibly important, and is why part of the reason why we create ASM and why I'm the CEO of Amazing. Somebody like this, Jamie, who literally just posted June 8th at 7:58 p.m., is why I do this kind of thing. He posted a screenshot inside of our private Facebook group for Amazing Selling Machine members that said he sold over $1 million that month, and his family had bought him these balloons, and that's him with his daughter that was basically celebrating with him his success of his business. This is why we do this. It's motivating his whole family. Their whole generation is going to be changed because of what he was able to do with this program. That's why we do this. And for you, ASM is really like buying a ready-made business. We're practically giving you a pre-built business. All you have to do is fill in the blanks and your business gets created. But here's the thing. The median sale price of a business, according to a website called BizBuySell, was $150,000 to $200,000. And members of ASM have exited for even more than that. For example, here's Michelle Vinton posting on June 4th at 4:52 a.m. because I believe she's in the UK, so it showed up earlier for me. She said, I sold my business for a multi-7-figure amount, a business that I only started 5 years ago and built while I was raising my young family and caring for my elderly mother. So whilst I don't usually promote courses, and I certainly don't advocate this as a get-rich-quick scheme, this is a great course that's relevant for anyone who has entrepreneurial spirit and who learns best by following a course that has structure, systems, and credibility. It's ideal for anyone who wants to escape the 9-to-5 rat race and dreams of running their own business. I can't give her exact numbers, but trust me, she sold her business for multiple millions of dollars following ASM. This is also David and Leah Cups, who started with $500 and within a few years were able to sell their business for $4 million. And what are they doing today? They're back at it, building more businesses like these and selling them. They have two, I believe, that are already in contract to be sold for multiple millions of dollars. That's the power of this business and why there's so many opportunities still today. So rather than you having to pay 150 grand to 200 grand to buy an existing business, we found a way to let you achieve financial freedom for much less, because we let you pick your own product. You do the simple marketing steps that we show you, you create your brand, but you get the same certainty of buying an existing business, but your investment is way, way less. So here's how you can speed up your success and achieve your freedom with ASM 12. You don't have to pay 150 to 200 grand like you're buying an existing business. You don't have to spend 2 years of your life like you would if you were in an MBA program. You can get access to everything we've talked about for just $9.97 a month times 6. Just 6 payments, 30 days apart each, and you get lifetime access with no additional fees, and you get free updates. But here's the true premium value of ASM. Now, we could go out there and give you a bunch of low-level information for nothing, but none of that would make a deep impact for you. Instead, we put every resource into a single program. The purpose is to make a deep, meaningful, lasting impact. Even if it means some people won't join, that's okay with us. ASM costs us about $2 million a year to maintain, which is why we can't give this thing away for free. With ASM though, we're able to focus all of our efforts on the truly motivated people who get inside. Now we're going even further with this because we've created a program called a Fast Track to Freedom. $26 trillion is coming online. This is the greatest wealth building opportunity of the 21st century. Millions of people are stuck at home and unfortunately out of work. There's a ton of uncertainty in the world's largest employers, and we want to make sure that you become financially free. So we've eliminated every possible reason you could fail. So here's the Fast Track to Freedom, which is only available with ASM 12. First, you get the weekly live group coaching calls, which start June 23rd. Second, you get an expert product selection review. So what this means is you're going to narrow your list of products down following the training down to your top 3, send that list to us, and either one of us or one of the mentors who sold on average a couple $1 million on Amazon is going to tell you, if we were in your shoes, which one of those products would we choose? You'll have certainty that you're launching a good product. Then we're also going to source your product for you. You don't have to worry about contacting suppliers, because we know a lot of people that's kind of a hassle. It's uncomfortable. They haven't done it before. We're going to teach you how to do it, but with a Fast Track to Freedom, we're just going to do it for you for your first product. Just contact us. We'll handle contacting the suppliers, negotiating. We've got a team of people on the ground who can probably get better pricing than just about anybody. So we'll do all that stuff for you. We'll also give you a personal product listing review. So we found one of the biggest areas where people mess up on Amazon is not only do they have a bad product, which we're covering for you with the expert product selection review, but they end up creating a bad product listing. Something's wrong with it. They're not targeting the right keywords. The copy isn't very good. So when you create your product listing, you're going to send us that information, and we're going to, either one of us or one of the expert mentors is going to give you direct one-on-one personal feedback and what we would do to improve it if we were in your situation. Then we're going to make sure that your product launch is successful, because as soon as your product's live on Amazon, we're going to jump on a one-on-one live strategy session with you to help you launch your product. We're going to go through your exact plan, your exact steps. We're going to make sure you're doing everything right so your first product launch is successful. Not only that, we're also including what we call the ASM Results Coaching Program. This is something we've been building behind the scenes, but now we're giving to every member of ASM 12, which we actually have a team of people. Some of them are past mentors, members, that kind of thing, that we've structured a program where we're actually going to proactively reach out to you and make sure that you're doing what you need to do inside of ASM. Make sure that you don't have any questions or any big problems or anything that's not being answered. We're proactively reaching out to you. It's almost like a personal trainer for ASM. There is an important thing about this though. The opportunity to join ASM 12 and get the Fast Track to Freedom ends on Monday, June 22nd, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. To get ASM 12, to get the Fast Track to Freedom, you must grab your spot before 11:59 p.m. Pacific on Monday, June 22nd, 2020. Otherwise, it's off the table. So here's how you can get all this with completely risk-free. First off, we have the 30-day guarantee. Unconditional 30-day risk-free. You can try everything out, watch the lessons, get help from the mentors, use the resources, and you're 100% covered. If at any time in the next 30 days you decide you want out, contact us and we'll give you a 100% refund. It's that simple. But you might be wondering, okay, I can't really build my whole business in the 30 days. That's not the timeline Matt gave me. So what if I really want to give this a try? What if I want to build a business? What happens if the business doesn't work? We're making sure that your business is failure proof all the way until the end of December 31st, 2020. All you have to do is get a new product live in the first 4 months, not super hard. Do all the marketing steps in the first 5 months. It just shows you're following the training and really giving this thing a try. And if you do all that stuff and you still want out of ASM, we'll give you a 100% refund. But not only that, we're so confident that your business is going to be successful, and using our marketing strategies, you're going to sell the inventory that you buy, that we're going to even reimburse you for up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. This crazy deal is called the 2020 Success Agreement, and we're removing every possible risk for you to give this a try. However, there's another invaluable benefit of ASM 12 we haven't talked about yet. Right now, you may feel some uncertainty about your job, or you may even want a new job at this point, or you may need a new job. What if you could build a business and start a new career? We're excited to announce the ASM Certified Graduate Certificate. So this gives you proof of your knowledge of selling on Amazon. You can use this to get a new job while you build your business. When you complete ASM, we're going to give you this Certified Graduate Certificate. The reason we added this is because I've literally had people who've told me face to face that, hey, they're an ASM member, they're super grateful, they built a successful business, but one of the things that saved them is they lost their job and they were actually able to use their knowledge of ASM to get a six-figure job with another company to help them grow their Amazon sales while they built their own business. So while we really want you to build your own business, with this certificate, you can prove that you know about selling on Amazon and can potentially use that to actually go get a job if you end up needing one along the way. So here's how to get access to all this, to ASM 12, and start your new future. Literally while we're talking, even if you're not 100% confident you're ready to sign up, I want you to go check this out so you know everything on the table. Type this URL, open up a new tab right now, type this URL into your browser, asmnow.com/last. So asmnow.com/last, L-A-S-T. You're going to end up on the secure registration form. Red box, fast track to freedom, is going away soon. Then the next step is I want you to go ahead and type your first name. Even if you're still not ready, if you want to sign up, it's not going to do anything until you enter your credit card, but just go ahead and type your first name into that box. So you'll notice that on that registration form, when you fill it out, when you submit it to become a member of Amazing Selling Machine, you're going to go directly to the thank you page, which looks like this. This is me welcoming you to ASM. And so one thing I want you to consider here is that we don't have anything in between. We don't have any hidden upsells or order bumps or anything else to offer you because we include everything in ASM. So this will take you directly to that thank you page, and you'll be able to go ahead and access your ASM membership because you'll be able to open your email, you'll be able to log into Amazing Selling Machine and get inside. There's nothing else in between we have to offer you, no hidden offers or any of that kind of stuff. Now, what happens if you wait? Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the world. There's a couple interesting things that I pulled. So Harvard says we'll have a harder time controlling coronavirus in the fall. We're already seeing an uptick in Texas and Arizona. World Health Organization's chief scientist says there's a very real risk of a second wave of coronavirus as economies reopen, and we could potentially be already seeing that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody does. The only certain thing about the future is uncertainty itself. Maybe there's going to be more layoffs, more business closures, more stay-at-home restrictions. I don't know. But trillions of dollars in retail are coming online permanently. It's been happening for the last 20 years. The coronavirus has just accelerated that trend. Demand has skyrocketed, and which has created a perfect window of opportunity. If you wait to join Amazing Selling Machine, you will miss out on financial freedom and security. So here's your path to freedom. You can join ASM 12, get a proven system, a step-by-step plan, expert help, 30 days risk-free, and the 2020 Success Agreement. Or you can sit around and wait and see what happens. You can be at the mercy of others, politicians, big corporations, people that own the company you work for, that sort of thing. You could potentially get fired or furloughed. Your employer could potentially shut down and could be completely out of your control. And you can maybe just have to settle for some limited options and sort of have to be okay with that. Instead, you can gain your financial freedom with ASM 12 today. You get the ASM 12 online web class, the mentor program, the private community, the resource vault, the 4 new software tools, and the fast track to freedom. You get free updates to the training, so we're never going to charge you for updates to Amazing Selling Machine. You get free access to those. You get the 30-day guarantee, the 2020 Success Agreement. The total value of all this stuff, $23,985. But what I want you to do is go to asmnow.com/last, fill out the secure registration form, grab your spot in ASM. Remember, you're not even making a full permanent commitment right now. All you're doing is reserving your spot. So you have the next 30 days to try everything out, make a final decision, and decide if this is really right for you. Now what we're going to do is Mike's going to come back on, and he's actually going to interview our special guest.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my camera, and I am also going to bring on our special guest. Channing, if you could turn your camera on as well, that'd be awesome. Welcome you to the webinar. I'm going to slow down and talk, but as you can see, there's a picture of Channing and her beautiful kids below on the picture, along with the amazing results that her and her husband, Justin. So Channing Dyson, welcome to the call. I just want to thank you for joining us and ask you the first question is, what were you doing before you got results like this and before ASM?
Well, thank you for having me on. Before ASM, I was actually beginning my hairstyling career. So still a personal stylist. I worked for myself. I didn't work for the salon. But what that entails when you get started is you work crazy hours. If someone wants you to do their hair at 10 o'clock, you say yes. If someone wants you to do their hair at 7 a.m., you say yes. You do weddings all weekend. Really, you're at the mercy of all these new clients that you're trying to gain so that you can make more money. I mean, that's kind of the point. Justin and I had car payments that were insane, and we were trying to pay that down. A house payment. I had my first son during that time, and same thing with being a new hairstylist. Sadly, I had to have a C-section with Dash, and that is a major surgery. I only took off 2 weeks, and I went straight back to work after that major surgery because I was so afraid to lose my client and then to go to someone else if I didn't come back fast enough. And then if we took a vacation, I would have to make sure I could fit everyone in that next week. So they didn't get upset if I was gone. I needed to double time it when we got home. So I kind of paid for it. But that's kind of where we were, struggling to pay bills, and really just, we knew we didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck, but we didn't know how to get out of that rat race that we were in.
Right. So it sounds like life has changed quite a bit for you. Tell me now, what is life like now that you have this amazing business that you're operating?
So life now is, I would say, everything I wanted it to be when I watched the ASM videos, like the dreams that I had in my head. So we're able to travel wherever and whenever we want, take our kids to do things that I don't think we ever could have afforded. We're now financially free, so that's like such a good feeling. And then a really, really cool thing that just happened, I actually just announced to all of my clients that I am retiring. So I'm retiring from being a hairstylist, so I can actually work on our other brand. We now have a second brand that we started with the coaching that we got from ASM. So now we're gonna have 2 brands. And yeah, so it's pretty wild. And the best thing about that whole situation of me being able to retire, my mom actually went through a terrible divorce a couple of years ago, and I always wanted to be able to do something to help her out. She actually is a hairstylist with me at my salon that I own. So now that I'm retiring, I am gifting my salon to my mom. Like, my Amazon company is doing so well. I'm gifting my mom a business. Like, it's crazy. And I'm so, so thankful.
That is amazing. That's the first I've heard of that. But it doesn't surprise me knowing the way that you and Justin are. Have you told your mom that already?
Yes, and she cried. I mean, she's seen like our success and how hard we worked to get to where we are, and she was so proud, but she just started bawling. And yeah, it was a really, really special night to have with her, to tell her, I'm quitting. Yes, it's sad. I'm not going to work with you every day anymore, but this really cool other thing is going to happen too. And she was just floored and so excited.
Now, I think I saw you posted about you quitting. Like, when are you going to be quitting? Is it like end of the summer, end of the year, or when?
So for my clients, I wanted to be able to see them one last time to tell them bye. So I am retiring in July, the end of July.
Awesome, awesome. So that's incredible story. I got a chance to. Well, let me ask you this. So, have you, in addition to like the incredible results, I was going to ask you about your results, but looking below our pictures, we can see them. That's. Did you ever in your life imagine that you would see those type of sales from something that you had built?
No, our business snowballed so fast and it just kept growing and growing. And I think Justin and I both were so incredibly proud of ourselves, but also it's still shocking to say the numbers. And we don't really say the numbers a lot unless someone specifically asks. But yeah, it's been a really fun ride.
So in addition to like having this incredibly successful business, in addition to being able to gift your mom your own business, how else, like what else have you been able to do with because of this journey you're on?
So we've also been able to take some of our family on trips. We've been able to take my parents on a trip. We're about to take Justin's family on a trip just to say thank you so much for being amazing parents and like supporting us when we wanted to do all of this. Gosh, we've been able to not miss out on anything with our children. So my oldest plays select baseball, and it is very, very expensive. If anyone knows about select baseball, it's crazy. So our company actually sponsors him to play. So that's awesome. And he's super excited. Both of my kids now see the lifestyle that we have, and it's kind of changed as Dash has been growing up. He's going to be 10. So he sees it a little more than my smaller one who's 4, and he already says he wants to be an entrepreneur. He wants this type of life. Although he doesn't really know what that means, he knows that he wants to work for himself. So that's kind of cool.
And so when you're able to go to all these sporting events now with your kids, what do the other parents think when they see you there at every event?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of the parents have actually asked us what we do at school events and baseball events. Like, how do y'all both have as much free time? And you both are young. Does one of you work? Are you living with your parents? Like, how are you able to make all these things work? So we've actually been able to share ASM with some of those parents, and they've done it as well.
That's fantastic. Keep sharing it. I know we got a chance to hang out together last fall, late last summer in Hawaii. And that's where you and your husband Justin first shared your story with us. It's an amazing journey. It's amazing to see what you guys have built over such a short period of time. So right now I'm looking here, we have well over 1,000 people still on this webinar, getting the free training, probably trying to decide what their next step is, which you were in the same situation. So was I. If you want to speak to those people, like what would you recommend to someone who's on the fence right now about whether or not to take this leap and go into entrepreneurship and join ASM?
So first, if you're still watching, you're probably so close to wanting to purchase it. And I have been in your shoes. I was terrified. Like I said, we had a lot of debt. It wasn't a lot of money that we had to spend, and it really scared me. It did. So if I need to be that person for you, like my mom was for me, she told me the best things ever. I went to her the next day and I said, Justin, I really want to do this course. I'm terrified. Like, what about this? What if this happens? Blah, blah, blah. And she looked at me and she said, you need to take a chance on yourself. And in a year from now, when you watch those videos again, you're going to regret that you didn't do it. So you need to take a chance on yourself, believe in yourself right now. And then the last thing she said that still like gives me goosebumps, she said, don't look back. So take a chance on yourself and don't look back. And we haven't. Like our first conference we went to, like I said, Matt said, there's no plan B. And for us, if we were going to spend that money, there was no plan B. There was no turning back for us. And as you can see, like we have grown 100% almost every single year since we started this company. So it's just do it. It's so worth it. It's worth learning new things for yourself and not someone else's company that, like Matt said, you could get furloughed, you could get fired. They could sell the company and then you have to learn a new boss, like all kinds of things. This is for you. So learn new things for you. That's so much more exciting.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Channing, not just for joining us today and sharing your story with everyone on this webinar, but for everything that you've always done to help other people. There's your mom, there's all the parents, the people in your life, other sellers in our community that you've been helping as well. Want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. And I look forward to when we can travel again and all get together and see each other one more time.
Pretty much wraps up everything. So we're gonna have to get off this webinar. It is 5 o'clock and Friday, and so got to get off of here. And so thank you everyone for joining. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. Welcome to all the people who joined Amazing Selling Machine. Cannot wait to help you out and help you build your business inside of ASM along with our whole team. And everyone, if you haven't joined yet, hopefully we get to see you inside of there before the fast track to freedom and the registration for ASM 12 closes. on Monday, June 22nd. We would absolutely love to see you inside of ASM. Everyone else, hopefully you got a ton of good, valuable information. Keep following us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, checking out our content, YouTube, and we'll keep trying to give you as much information as possible. And hopefully one day we get to see you inside ASM, especially before the doors close on Monday, June 22nd. So thanks everyone for watching. That's it for me. We'll let Mike sign off.
All right, thanks so much, Matt, and thanks everyone. Thanks for taking the time to spend with us here this Friday afternoon. Hopefully, at some point in the future, if you joined, then we're going to get a chance to see you on a coaching call or at a live event or in the community. I am so excited to see all the new people that joined ASM today. And if you did not join, like Matt mentioned, hopefully at some point down the road in the future, we'll see you inside of ASM or at one of our live events as well. We wish everyone the very best in their success for their new business, staying safe out there, and hope everyone has a great weekend. So have a great time. Thanks again, and hope to see as many of you as possible real soon. Take care.